Welcome back, everyone. It's time for seat belts. I just went to the hardware store and I got these bolts, but let me tell you what I also got and what I'm not using and what I can't use. Let's go back to the beginning. This is your standard GM seat belt bolt. Now, on this car, which is a 71 C3, I've heard different things. I've read different specs. Some people say that the seat belt bolts are a 7/16 20 thread, 7/16 bolt, 20 thread, 1.5 inch long. I've also read that they're a 1/2 inch 13 bolt, also 1.5 inch long, which is what this is. This will fit now because I have tapped out these holes. I got this tap from Amazon. It's a 1/2 inch 13, and I got it because the one from Harbor Freight in my little Harbor Freight kit was not working. The threads in my car were not great, and so I've since gone around and I ran this tap through all 4 of the seatbelt retainer areas, and now they're good to go. However, why wouldn't I use this? Let me tell you. Because the replacement seat belts that I bought, which are like the retro style, you know, they're new seat belts, probably made in China, but they have this kind of retro style. Well, this mounting piece will not allow this bolt to fit through. So the flange on the bolt is too big. Doesn't go through, so I can't use this, even though this is probably correct, or correct-ish. I mean, pretty much correct. Some cars have a Torx head here. I think mine had this hex head. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter. It's not a judged car. Let me show you what I did. I got these. I just went down to the hardware store and got these grade 8 bolts. These are 2-inch. And the reason I got the 2-inch and not the 1.5 is the 1.5 didn't have this shoulder part. So they were all thread, right? Like that. And I do not recommend you use or buy any bolts for your seat belts that are all thread from the head down to the toes. Because you can't tighten it. If you tighten it all the way up, you're smashing everything together. You end up smashing all this stuff and pushing it up against into the body, and then it can still loosen up because you're moving it. Don't do that. So what I got these grade 8 bolts. They're a 1/2 inch longer than stock, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. They're just going to stick out under the car a little bit. This side, the outside, it might hit, but I don't think so. I think there's enough room over there. So we're going to find out right now. Let's start with the inside. So we're going to get that oriented, and then I just got regular like zinc washers. And I know, the color's not correct or whatever, but nobody's going to see it. You're not going to see it. Don't worry. Be happy. All right. So we're going to just screw this in and see how it ends up, given that there's this little bit of collar, hopefully. So my hope is that there'll be a little wiggle room, not a lot, but I just want this to be able to move a little bit. I might have to take that washer out. I don't know. Let's see. It's getting kind of tight. I don't know why also they angle. See this angle? Like how this goes, it's angling into the car. I guess that's correct because of the way this is oriented. Or can I flip that around? No, I can't. I don't know why it's like that. I'd prefer it if it was the other way, Wouldn't it make more sense if it was the other way? All right, so that's still not tight. Let me see if I tighten this. It's still, it's not bottoming. Still not bottoming. Okay, there. Oh, it's really tight. Is that right? So that's what that looks like. It's really jammed up. And you can see the bolts at a little angle too. I don't know, I might take that washer out just to get a little more flex in there. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, this is where we're at. It's tight. It's tight because the bolt is angled a little, and then this bracket is angled in, so it's all pushing in. I don't know why that is, but all of this situation is pushing the edge, this top edge, in towards the transmission tunnel. And it's tight, but it's not, there's no movement, as opposed to this side, which ended up like this. Even with the washer, there's a nice amount, there's a nice amount of a movement. There's a nice amount of space there, right? So that's good, even though it's all kind of cockeyed. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do for the lap belts. Now, shoulder belts, which I'm installing, are up here, and I put these on, and I'll just tell you the bolt size because it's weird. So you got to use this type of bolt. This is not the stock. The stock one is like a Torx, and it's a little dome shape, you know, a little Torx bolt. Now, if you have them, great. If you don't, then use this type. Don't use a regular bolt because it may not fit under. There's this little plastic cover. Well, on mine there is. Now, did I already clip it? Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. So that clips on. So that's like that, right? Now, the bolt size, the thread size is a M12 1.75. M12 1.75. It's a metric. Don't ask me why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. But this is a 1971 Corvette. Why they're using, maybe that was the only type, like they could only get that type of bolt in a metric. I don't know. But anyway, M12 1.75 for that. About 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches is fine. And you keep this loose, a little bit loose. At least I am, so it can ride sort of on top of the carpet and not get all jammed and locked up back here. So I think it's better if it flexes a little. And then I'm gonna smash this through hopefully the back of the seat without any issues. I think I can run that through the slot. So the next step is, you guys, is to put the seats in. I'm gonna clean this up. I have some replacement screws I'm gonna put in here. I'll do that before I put the seat in, and then hopefully in the next video we're gonna have seats in this car, which is gonna be amazing, a major progress. And then we'll slap the steering wheel on, and we're still not, you know, done, but at least I can have a car that sort of looks like a car. Maybe I'll try putting some doors on while I'm at it. All right, you guys, hope this is helpful. If you have any other tips or advice that would be helpful, leave it in the comments. Like and subscribe. See you guys later.